आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
Media Network Headquarters. It's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
At 8 p.m. tonight, the most high-profile inheritance battle of this century, with the mother and sister of Sanjay Kapur making explosive claims, exclusive and explosive interview with Sanjay Kapur's sister, Mandira Kapur Smith, who claims to have a right to the family inheritance in a few minutes. And at 9 o'clock tonight, the Karnataka government itself is dragging its feet on Dharmasthala. Has it been one gigantic hoax against the Hindu community and an attempt to defame the Dharmasthala temple? But first, ladies and gentlemen, on the debate, the big story that has become the most buzzing story all over the country has been over the inheritance of the billionaire late Sanjay Kapur, who died at a very young age in surprising and now controversial circumstances of a bee sting while playing polo in London. This is the most mysterious inheritance battle, ladies and gentlemen. It has captivated the imagination of many. A young billionaire, Sanjay Kapur, dies 2 months ago in an apparent bee attack. And now the 30,000 crore rupee empire that he leaves behind. There's a battle for it between his wife Priya Sachdev, his mother Rani Kapur, and his sister Mandira Kapur. The fight is leading to a series of murky allegations. From what accounts, what can be ascertained is that the bloodline has been locked out of the inheritance. These are his sister's words, not mine. His sister Mandira Kapur, who will be joining this debate this evening in an exclusive decision to speak out on television, says that we are the bloodline and we've been locked out, and his wife Priya Sachdeva has run away with the property, the inheritance, and the billions of dollars of his wealth. His mother says she was made to sign papers in what the sister says was a rush of the first 13 days. And she says that my mother was made to sign papers after my brother died in order to cheat her of her own rights. Ladies and gentlemen, the empire we're talking about, $3.6 billion. Sister says the theory of a heart attack and a bee sting leading to his death is impossible to believe. She suggests there's something more sinister. At stake, a company called Sona Comstar, a company that recorded a book order of 26,000 crores. A 30-year-old company, multinational empire, and on the one side, the sister and the mother, and on the other side, Priya Sachdev. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is a conspiracy, then those making the allegation will have to prove it. If it is not, then it's, at the worst, a dirty battle for wealth and money. One of the most controversial battles that we have seen in India's corporate history, probably in at least a quarter of a century. Hear it where it stands, and do watch out for the conversation I will have live tonight with Mandira Kapur Smith, sister of late Sona Comstar chairman Sanjay Kapur, which is right on the other side of a quick news report on where things stand as of tonight.
June 12th, 2025. Sanjay Kapur, Ex-chairman of Sona Comstar dies in the United Kingdom under mysterious circumstances while playing a game of polo. Initial reports ruled it as cardiac arrest following a bee sting, but the medical reports are telling a different story.
I want to know if the UK police or coroner or anyone knew that we were told it was a bee sting. Are they aware of that? Everybody thought it was a bee sting, or have they not been told that information? That's the first question I ask, because there's not a mention of a bee in the report, not a mention of what the whole world was talking about. Not only us, the entire world was talking about it. I mean, I'm sorry, but a mockery has been made on my brother that he died of a bee sting. I've seen the horrible posts that are done and some which are genuine, but have they missed it? Because there's not a mention of it.
Sanjay's last rites were held on the 19th of June at around 5 p.m. And by the morning of June 20th, his wife Priya Sachdev was appointed the MD of Aureus Investment. Based on this single move, 3 days later, Priya Sachdev was appointed as the non-executive director of Sona BLW Precision Forgings and then became the inheritor of Sanjay Kapur's 30,000 crore empire. Sanjay Kapur's 80-year-old mother, Rani Kapur, has been raising a red flag, and his sister, Madhira Kapur Smith, has opened up a new front, levelling serious allegations, drawing questions on Sanjay Kapur's inheritance proceedings, and even alleging a conspiracy behind the circumstances that led to his death.
There shouldn't have been an inheritance dispute. Everything was willed to my mother, so we don't understand how there's an inheritance dispute. I mean, everything was willed to my mother. We're now finding out stuff that we didn't even know existed. There's papers being signed, we're not being allowed to know what has been signed. You tell me what you want us to think, because we don't understand what has gone on. There shouldn't be an inheritance dispute. I mean, the fact is my mother's alive. My dad willed everything to her. So how is this become an inheritance dispute? How is my mother locked out of everything that she built with her husband for her family, which is now 7 grandkids? The 2 daughters are alive. Yes, there's a daughter-in-law involved. But how is this become an inheritance dispute when it should be all with my mother, as normal families do?
The Republic interview has once again thrown a new angle into what is turning out to be the biggest inheritance battle in India.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Madhira Kapur Smith. Madhira is the sister of Sanjay Kapur, who is the late chairman of Sona Comstar, big company, listed company, and a lot of money at stake, Madhira. We saw your interview there. I saw that interview as well. First of all, just to open things up, why have you chosen to speak out now? You know, this is all getting very messy. Open family battle, you know, sister against wife, mother and sister on one side, wife on the other, lawyers, exchange filings. Can't this be sorted differently? This is getting very ugly.
I think if it could have been sorted differently, we wouldn't be sitting in this situation right now. It's sad that this is what's happening to someone like my father, Dr. Kapur, someone like my brother, Sanjay Kapur, we've been a very quiet family, and we didn't expect any of this. We didn't expect not to be shunned out, to be not told what's going on, and figuring out stuff every day. And unfortunately, it's come to us having to have a voice now, because sitting quiet isn't getting us anywhere, unfortunately.
What do you want in this?
I want my mother secure. I want what my father wanted, which was everything to go to my mother, which was willed to her. And I don't know how it's all gone out now. I want to make sure my mother's not feeling like she does every day now. And I want the legacy back. I think, you know, we were all apart when Sona was created. We were young, we were young adults. We've all worked at Sona. We were there when Dad built this company. And for us now, not even to actually be told we have nothing to do with it and to back off is shocking. And it's very upsetting to see my mum, who built this company. This is like literally a part of us. It's a part of our blood. It's a part of what we know. This is all we know, actually. And it's been snatched away.
But your mother must have given it to your brother when he was alive. Your mother must have handed over the ownership to Sanjay. Didn't he do that? Didn't she do that?
No, she didn't, and that's what is confusing. No, she did not, and that's what's confusing all of us, is we have no idea how this has happened. We don't know if it's obviously some kind of foul play here. And that's what we need to get to the bottom of. Because if it was literally handed over to my brother, why has the 13 days and the signing and everything happened so secretively? Why hasn't it been out in the open? If this is what my mother had done, why isn't my mother being shown what she signed? Why isn't it an open book?
But your mother and your brother, they were together, right? I mean, your mother was living with your brother. They were on good terms. They were not fighting. And there is a press release which says that in May 2019, the company your father built received a declaration of significant beneficial ownership identifying Sri Sanjay Kapur as the sole beneficial owner of the RK Family Trust, which is a significant shareholder of Aureus Investments Private Limited. And as per company records, your mother has not been a shareholder of the company since at least 2019, which means somewhere in 2019, your mother transferred the ownership that was in her name or given to her in your brother's name. Are you sure this has not happened? This is a clear statement.
And for legal reasons, no. So for legal reasons, I'm not going to get into that because she was told something very differently. We were told something very differently. What has happened is very different. And I'm going to go back to saying, if there was nothing to hide, why is nothing being shown to us? And I'm going to leave it at that for legal
But if
reasons.
there's a paper which has been signed, Mandira, that your mother has signed, then that becomes the paper which will be believed in a court of law or in any inheritance dispute. Everything else is only one person's word against the other.
Arnab, I guess that's for us to go to court and see and do what we need to over there because, again, it's for legal reasons. I'm not going to go into details, but this is not what the family was told.
But your brother...
And if it was so black and white, why are things being hidden?
But your brother nominated his wife, Priya Sachdev Kapur, as a non-executive director and nominated her on behalf of Aureus Investments Private Limited. This was reviewed by the board and approved by the board of directors of the company. You were surely aware that your sister-in-law, Priya Sachdev Kapur, had been made a non-executive director of the company, and this is as per due process.
What year are you talking about? Because as far as I know, Priya was off the board in 2023 of Aureus. So I don't know what year we're discussing right now.
Well, I mean, you say everything has to go to my mother. On what basis do you say everything has to go to my mother? Are you saying that your brother's wife and her children have no right in the company?
I'm saying very simply, everything was willed to my mother. We all signed the probate in 2012 or 2013. We had a family meeting with 5 of us where Dad was very clear with all of us that everything would stay with my mother and after her, it would be divided 1/3, 3 ways. That has not happened. And that's where I'm at right now because the fact is that that's what the discussion happened in the family. And my mother's alive with nothing right now.
But the company says that your mother is not a shareholder of the company.
The company can say what they want. That's what we're trying to look into. That's why we requested the pushback of the board meeting to figure all this out. That's exactly what we need to know, how this has happened. And that's all we were asking for.
But to do that, you will have to have some control over the company. But Priya Sachdev Kapur was appointed her appointment was approved by 99% of the shareholders. See, point being here, we can go about, point being here, there is a claim by you that your family and family needs to own the company equally. But what papers do you have to prove this?
Arnab, it's as simple as, so that's the whole point. The whole point is, what papers are they not showing us that they have had signed during this 13-day period that they have taken over? It's as simple a question as that.
You're saying your mother signed it.
Because we are being told stuff by the world.
You're saying your mother signed some papers?
My mother was made to sign papers behind locked doors.
By whom?
We've been asking again and again and again to everyone. But there was a bunch of people in the room. We've emailed all of them.
Who are the bunch of people who were in the room?
And this was not once, this was twice.
Who are the bunch of people in her room?
I don't know if I'm at liberty to name them, but
you can.
I am not in the liberty of naming anyone right now.
Who are they?
I choose not to for legal reasons again. Arnab, I cannot.
Mandira, you're saying that your mother was pressurized
to sign documents? But I'm very clear on the fact that, yes.
In what way was she?
I was standing at the door trying to open the door, banging on it.
You were banging on the door?
There were doors
and the door was locked?
She was put in a room. She was grieving. Yes. Yes.
A group of people locked up your mother in a room. You were banging on the door outside, and inside she was being made to sign papers.
There were two doors, actually. There was a main door, and then there was an inside door, so that she couldn't hear me. The bottom line is, she was made to sign papers during the 13-day period of mourning. She was in deep grief. She came up and she told me, I don't know what I've signed. And since then, we've been asking and asking, and we're getting no response. So what are you hiding from us? I think this will all have to unfold at some point, and the truth will come out.
Have you spoken to Priya Sanjay Kapur?
My mother has, and it is what it is. We're not getting answers, so it doesn't matter.
Have you spoken to her? Has your mother spoken to her? Is there direct contact between the two parties?
My mother has spoken to her.
When?
Not at the moment.
When did your mother speak?
Probably a week, 10 days ago. Before, when we were asking for the post-mortem report, it was probably 10, 12 days ago, probably 2 weeks now.
And what was the conversation about, if I may ask?
It was basically asking about what she signed. My mother kept asking.
You're saying Priya got someone to...
And my mother asked her to send it to her, send me what you signed.
Okay. Your mother asked Priya...
And that was it.
Your mother asked Priya Sachdev...
Yes.
...that what did you make me sign?
Well, she said, what did I sign that day in the room? Can you send it to me? Because there were a whole bunch of people there. And we've then written to, like I said, we've written to the people asking them. And we've been told that her email is compromised. So they cannot send her anything. So, that's the response we got.
No, just a minute out here. So you believe that your mother was made to sign papers by people who had locked her up in a room, made her sign papers, and they were acting on Priya Sachdev's behalf?
I don't know whose behalf. I don't believe. I know she was made to sign papers. That's what we want to know, on whose behalf and what papers she signed. That's what we don't know.
And what did Priya say to your mother?
When? On the phone call?
Yes.
That she would send them.
Priya said she would send the papers.
To what my understanding is, yes.
And since then, have you got any papers? Have you got a sense of what was signed and what happened after that?
I wouldn't be sitting here if we had papers. I wouldn't be sitting here if we had papers and we knew what was going on.
The other thing which is being said is that, Mandira, that you were not on talking terms with your brother. And they are saying now that how can Mandira claim a share?
I wasn't for 4 years.
Why weren't you on talking terms with him?
I mean, because we had a fight between a brother and sister, and like I've been saying, it doesn't take away the 40 plus years. It doesn't take away the fact that I'm Dr. Kapur's daughter. And why would I not fight for my mother? And who is everyone else who's come in and claiming anything? This is a family thing between me and my brother, so we weren't talking for 4 years, now what? I mean, how does that matter in anything? Does that mean my brother and me don't have history? Does that mean we won't make up? We ended stuff amicably. We went to court, we ended stuff one-on-one amicably. So what, the world doesn't know that, but leave that bit out. It doesn't matter what the world thinks.
What did you sort out amicably? What was the dispute?
I know what went on, I know what the truth is.
What did you sort out amicably?
Whatever we were in court for.
What were you in court for?
We were in court for the brand, I'm telling you, for Sona Mandira, the brand. He wanted me to stop using Sona. I changed the name to Smik. And it ended there. He signed over saying that he would not take this further. We ended stuff amicably. And that's where it ended. There was no loss, no win. I decided we're going to change it to Smik, and that's where it ended.
Did you give up your rights in the process?
The world doesn't know that bit.
Did you give up your rights in the process because over the company? I mean, it was always assumed you were following your own entrepreneurial career. You had separated business-wise. Your brother was handling Sona steering. You had the brand. You gave up the brand. You settled it.
No, my father chose to do that.
What did he choose to do?
My father chose for us to have different businesses, so they weren't mixed. My father is the founder of my company as well, Smik. I didn't give up the brand. It was sold to Blackstone, I was told. So we ended things amicably. This is a family matter. It's not something we're going to fight about and do all this. Unfortunately, we're here today because the brand is being stolen from us, from the entire family. That was my brother. It was brother.
How can you say stolen, Mandira? Priya is his wife.
Priya is not, I'm not accusing Priya, I'm saying there's a whole bunch of people. I'm not saying it's Priya, I've never said that. I've always said there's a bunch of people who are working on this. And if it doesn't belong to the family and we don't know about it, it's stolen. If we've given it, it's different. But right now, for me, it's stolen. And again, I'm not saying it's one person, I'm going to stick to it's a bunch of people.
What do they stand to gain?
We'll find out. Everything will be revealed. It's a matter of time.
Are you making a pitch for the inheritance because your business has not done well? Now, what is being said is, did you declare insolvency?
1 second.
Did you declare insolvency at any point of time for your own company?
In the UK, I have. Yes, I have. For my subsidiary. But who has once said my business is not doing well? This is news to me. And this is the beauty of this entire thing unfolding is I get told something new every day. And what am I fighting for? Inheritance. I'm fighting for a legacy. And yes, I am, I'm going to stand up and keep saying again and again, this is, everyone from the outside will see money. If you've built something, you know what the value of it is. When you're standing outside, on the outside, you're only seeing the money value. We have emotional value, we have emotional attachments to this brand. So I'm going to say that again. And please let me put the record straight. I'm doing absolutely fine. I've done, my UK company has gone through as a subsidiary, which is not a big deal. You can ask any business, we all do it. It's not the end of the world. I'm sorry. I hate to break people's hearts, but I'm fine.
Yeah, so you're fine. You're saying you're not doing this for money, but it's all in the public domain. On the 12th of June, in an MCA filing by Priya Sanjay Kapur, was filed that she is the sole beneficial interest, which means she has papers to prove her ownership. She has done an MCA filing, identifying herself as the sole beneficial interest, which means she and her children, she and her son, to be precise, have sole beneficial interest over the company. Maybe that's...
So let's see everything. No, let's see how we got there.
But there was a trust running it, wasn't there? There was a trust. Were you in the trust?
That's all we're asking for.
Were you in the trust?
So let's see. The only thing, Arnab, we are asking for simply, no, I'm not. I don't even know about the trust.
But if there was a trust made, let's assume
if there's nothing to hide.
If there was a trust made and the trust identified...
All I'm saying is if there's nothing to hide, show it to us.
Show what to us?
Show us everything. Show us the trust. Show us what you've signed. Show us the whole way of the path of how it's gone. That's all we're asking for. Is that tough?
Are you also trying to raise
There's
questions
nothing
about the
behind.
way in which
Why is everything
Sanjay
hidden?
died? You don't seem to believe that he died of a bee sting. The bee sting narrative you're saying is something which is unbelievable.
I mean-
Why so?
Was it in the post-mortem report? Did you see anything about a bee there? Because we didn't. But we were told it was a bee sting, but we didn't see anything in the post-mortem report.
No, the
How
post-mortem
can I
report,
not
the
question?
survey corona attributes it to ventricular hypertrophy, some heart condition, but he had no history of such a condition. Don't you believe an anaphylactic attack caused by a bee sting
No.
could have aggravated something like this? I saw news reports saying these things are rare but can happen.
I'd love to. Let me see it in the post-mortem report. There's nothing about a bee sting. There's nothing about anything. There's only an enlarged heart. Show me the medical background on that. Show me the history.
No,
How do you want me to say yes to, or my mother, who asked me every day that he was fit, he had no heart problems, how is he gone? And that too with an enlarged heart. I don't know.
Are you suggesting he was killed?
I'm not suggesting anything. All I'm suggesting is we'll get to the bottom of whatever happened, because the way everything is panned out is, it makes you sick to your stomach if you think about it. At least it makes our family think, what the hell happened? Everything has happened so fast from the 12th of June till now. Every day is a new shock.
1 minute, Mandira. Your mother has gone further, actually hinting at a transnational conspiracy involving the UK, India, and the US. You think there's a transnational conspiracy to kill your brother and claim the inheritance? Is that what you're trying to suggest? You can tell us about, because
not
what you're
suggesting
saying.
anything.
See, what you're
Sanjay
saying.
Priya,
What
US
you're saying is
citizen.
coercion. You're saying your mother, the rightful owner, this is your claim, of this billions of dollars of wealth, has been forced to sign papers, locked up in a room with you banging on the door, and now has no access of what she signed in the moment she was grieving. You further say that you do not believe that he could have died of a bee sting. Surely, I mean, what you're suggesting is that he has been killed in mysterious circumstances with an eye on the wealth. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're suggesting? Is there a larger conspiracy
I am not,
behind his
firstly,
death?
these are not claims. This is, well, that we'll find out, but these are not claims. This is reality of stuff that has happened. He didn't die of a bee sting.
How
My
do you
mother
know he
did
didn't
go
die
through
of a
all
bee
of this,
sting?
and today we're sitting with nothing in my mother's name. It's not in the report. Show it to me in the report.
How do you know
Is
he
the
didn't die
autopsy
of a bee
report
sting?
wrong then?
No, but
I'm confused. There's nothing about
the toxicology
because
report.
it's very clearly there. Where's the bee?
I mean, where's the bee?
You look at the report, there's nothing written about a bee sting. There's nothing there about a bee sting.
Yeah, but post-mortem reports
There's
are...
nothing. So how can someone tell me this report? How is an enlarged heart connected to a bee sting?
Well, maybe he had an underlying heart condition which got
It
aggravated
takes
because...
time to have an enlarged heart.
Yes,
No, he did not.
but people
I
who are...
heard he went for a heart checkup 3-4 months ago, and his left artery was 40% clogged. That was it from the heart checkup. So where?
See, Mandira, are you saying he was killed?
Where is his report?
Are you saying he was killed, or are you just trying to...
Arnab, I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying anything. What I'm saying is I need answers. That's all I'm saying. We want answers as a family, and that's all I'm saying.
Isn't Priya
And
Sachdev
if
the
there's
family
nothing
also?
to hide anywhere, give us the answers.
On these questions that Priya Sachdev should also be asking.
I think that's something you guys should ask her. We're not in touch, and according to me, it's as a sister, as a mother, as my other sister. These are the things we talk about all the time. What happened? How did this happen? We're trying to figure this whole thing out, and we're getting no answers from anyone.
Well, facts are that he died on the 12th. On the next day itself, his wife was appointed director in a casual vacancy. On the 18th, his body was brought back. And the same day, a notice is dispatched to hold the meeting for the 20th. His last rites are on the 19th. And on the 20th, Aureus, which holds about 28% in Sona's steering, passes a resolution to appoint his wife and your sister-in-law as managing director. When did this thing about locking up your mother in a room and making her sign papers, when did that happen?
25th is when I saw it, and a few days before, an aunt of mine saw the same thing. And Arnab, you've said it, not me. You've seen the events that have gone on before the 13-day mourning period.
Wait, you said everything was willed to your mother. Where's the papers for that? You say
Is it not normal?
You say everything was willed to your mother. Where are the papers?
Your channel has it. Your channel has it. I think your channel has it. I saw it on this evening on your channel.
What if
my father's will is? I saw it on your channel.
What if the rest of it? What if another document emerges showing your mother signed everything in your brother's name?
Well, show it to me. Show it to my mother. Let's go into this. I have no problem. But show us something to go on.
See, may I say this to you, Mandira?
Why is it all being hidden if it's that black and white? No, if it's so black and white, why are they hiding? Why is everyone hiding stuff from us? Bring it out.
Who is they? Who is they? Who is hiding?
Again, I'm going to say there's a bunch.
Who is they?
No,
who is this bunch of people? You think this is see, Sanjay,
Arnab,
Mandira, this is the biggest inheritance battle in a long time.
Find out.
I'm not asking you to tell me legal stuff.
Yes.
I'm asking you that you are saying as a daughter that my mother was locked up in a room. I was banging on the door, and she was made to sign papers to give up a $4 billion empire. This is not a small matter. Therefore, I'm asking you, with all certainty, who are the people who did that? Why don't you file a police complaint against those people?
You know how this stuff works. There's some stuff I can't say, there's some stuff I can't. This is the stuff I can't say. And trust me, it will all come out. If you want, I'll bring it out with you first. But right now, I cannot.
Well, why don't you identify the people? There would be some proof. The house would have CCTV cameras. Where did this happen?
We will in time.
Where did this happen?
We're finding out more stuff. We're finding out more stuff, and we will tell, the world will know. Where did what happen?
Yeah, you know, there are big lawyers on the other side. Big lawyers, I'm told. I'm not taking names. I'm told big lawyers, even lawyers who worked with you in the past have now gone on to the other side. Lawyers you worked with, Mandira, in the past are now with the other side, along with other lawyers.
I know. Listen, I believe in the justice system of this country, and hopefully, you know, it'll all, the truth will come out and everything will be good again, hopefully. Not hopefully, it will for sure. I'm not going to stop till it is. And I'm very clear about that. I am going to make sure my mother is what my father wanted, where he wanted her to be. I'm very clear about that.
Are you doing this for your mother or for yourself, Mandira?
If you meet my mother, you'll understand. I'm only doing it for my mother. My mother's always been put on a pedestal, and she will still remain there, and I will make sure of it. She doesn't deserve any of this. And that's the truth is, anyone who sees my mother knows my mother will understand what I'm saying. She is my father, the way my father treated her, the way my brother did. Today, if you see her, she's a different person. She's broken.
What does she say? What's she been saying? She must have been through quite something. The loss first and then...
She cries every night, looking at a photograph of a son and her husband, saying they've left us from a family of 5 with 3 of us left. Every morning she wakes out and says, Mandira, find me the answers. What has happened? This is what I'm doing. I've left my entire life to do this right now, to look after my mother. She's had high blood pressure. She's emotionally broken. All I'm doing is looking after her. So if the world wants to say it's about me, I honestly, Arnab, I don't care. I don't need to prove a point to anybody. I only need to look after my mother. So the world can say whatever they want.
Oh, Mandira, will you just stay on for a while? Because I've got to, you see, this has now become a very public matter. I'm going to have a conversation on this with some people, but I want to wrap up with you. So can I just request you to stay on? I'll just keep you on camera. I'm not going to get you on a debate. I'm not going to get you on a debate, Mandira, okay? But I need to talk about this to a few people just to get different perspectives of what's going on. Because since you've spoken, this matter has become very public in the last 24 hours, right? It's become very, very public. So we'll keep you in the center of the screen. And we have with us Advaita Kala. She's a well-known columnist. I think you know her. We have Lalita Kumaramangalam, former chairperson of the National Commission for Women. We have N.S. Napinai, senior advocate, Supreme Court. And I just want to get some opinions. So I would like Mandira Kapoor-Smith to stay for the next 15 minutes. And I'll then wrap up with you, Mandira, if that's all right. Lalita, what do you think? You've been hearing some of my conversation there, right, with Mandira. She's very well spoken and she's clear of what her stand is. She's describing a coercive situation in which the mother of a high-flying corporate individual who also is obviously holding the reins to a multi-billion-dollar empire, right? After his surprising demise, the mother is forced to sign papers, right, willing something away in her moment of grieving. Where does this case, do you believe Mandira has a case here in this battle over Sona steering? Sona Comstar, sorry.
First of all, Arnab, my condolences. First of all, my condolences to the family. When somebody dies so suddenly, it's extremely shattering. My family has gone through it twice, so I can say this with conviction. Now, unfortunately, in the world, money has become far too important. Families, and this is not the first, it certainly won't be the last, families have fought very bitterly over money.
Yeah.
That's what seems to have happened here. And I think in their angst and their grief, both sides perhaps may have gone too far in accusing each other of many things. Now, there are the whole argument or reasoning over how Sanjay died, I think has been settled by the British authorities, who have said that anaphylactic shock may be very rare, but it does happen. It has happened in other cases too. But one has to admit it that if Mandira is asking for proof, then the proof should be given. Because in the end, it is the law that will prevail. Whether we like what happened or didn't happen, the law will always ask for proof. If their mother has been forced to sign papers, then, that makes it a totally different story altogether. But even if they go to court saying that, the court will ask for proof. Now, I don't know the details, because obviously, if they are going to court, there are certain things they cannot talk about in public.
But the court will Mandira's point being here,
the court will look only at the law, Arnab.
But will the court not look at the circumstances in which her mother may have been forced to sign papers? You see, there is a question of free will attached here.
If there are circumstances like that, no, as far as I know, if there are circumstances like that, you have to prove that happened.
So, Mandira, are you ready? See, at some point,
Mandira, giving different versions of it.
Mandira, at some point, and she's a very, very seasoned former chairperson of the National Commission of Women. I regard her greatly, Lalita. At some point, Mandira, you're going to have to prove that your mother was coerced. It can't just be a claim on Republic. It has to be much more than that.
Yes.
Right, Mandira, can you hear me? Can you unmute yourself, Mandira?
Yes, and we are ready for that.
You're ready for that?
I'm not...
No, that's fine. Are you ready for that? No, I can hear you.
I'm ready for it.
With what?
Absolutely ready. Absolutely ready.
No, are you ready beyond just your mother's statement?
Here, but I'm absolutely ready.
Are you ready beyond your mother's statement,
yes.
Mandira?
I am ready beyond my mother's statement.
With what, if I may ask?
I cannot discuss that here, Arnab. Maybe over coffee later, but not here.
Now, here is a very unique set of circumstances, viewers. Sanjay Kapur's sister says that his mother, that's her mother as well, was forced to sign papers when she was not aware and against her will. Ms. Napinai, you're a well-known advocate. Will this hold? And what does Mandira and Rani Kapur need to take this further? Legally, I'm only talking legally, not emotionally.
Absolutely, and my response is more hypothetical rather than specific to this case.
Yes.
Because I'm not familiar with the facts of this case. So, in general, if an allegation to this effect is made,
Yes.
the person making the allegation has to prove it. And undue influence is one of the grounds which is permissible to set aside an act which may have been already undertaken by one person. Coercion is another aspect of it. The situation here is this: given the timing, one could probably say that the speed at which it was done was probably one incident or an instance which could help in their favor.
Yes.
But it alone would not be sufficient. They would have to still rely on, and this is going to be a long drawn battle, Arnab.
Yes.
I can vouch for it because for much less,
Yes.
people fought a lot.
No, but
longer.
I'm asking a question, Ms. Nappin. I'm not taking sides in this. I'm not saying Mandira is right. As you know, Mandira may think I've been quite rude with her with some of the questions I put, but the intention is to put everything in public domain. Because what Mandira needs to be prepared for is now there's going to be a lot of talk, there's going to be a lot of acrimony, there'll be a lot of slurs, there'll be a lot of, not nice things said about you, Mandira, as you're aware. But I'm asking a basic question here. If an 80-plus mother, right, of a 53-year-old man who has died surprisingly in his prime, is made to sign papers during a moment of grieving, during her moment of grieving, then does it not raise a question, why sign papers in a moment of grieving? A, should the lady who is aged and who's in a moment of great sorrow because of the death of her son not get some breathing space? And should there not be legal advice given what's at stake? It's not a 3-bedroom flat. Should there not be strong legal advice, attorneys? Is that not the way to do it?
She's also not new to legal issues. So there will be both pros and cons in this, which will come up, which is, one, yes, she is a grieving mother, aged, and it has been done during the grieving period. All of these will be circumstances which will be used by the claimants.
Yes.
But on the flip side, the arguments that are likely to come up is that she is not new to legal processes. She is fully aware. She has a patina of legal help already. And if she really wanted to take advice, she could have. There were certain.
But the question made is the question.
Action.
Agreed. But the question made is
action was warranted.
Yeah.
Then that by itself may not be a ground to set aside the signatures.
You see, the companies move very fast, Advaita. First of all, I want to tell you, Advaita, disclosures. I'm putting disclosures. You know her well. So I'm putting, there is obviously a conflict here. You know her well. You've been in school together. You know each other very well, right?
I've known her since I was 8 years old. I've known her all my life, literally. We went to boarding school together, so we've grown up as sisters. And I feel very passionately about this because I have seen the kind of suffering behind it. And I'm not looking at the dollar signs here. I'm looking at a mother who is just helpless at this point of time. And it breaks my heart to see a lady like that who has gone through so much with her husband. I mean, Mandira's father was, of course, very well known in the business community, but he was also a self-made man.
Yeah, but
this family
I'm not getting into that. I'm looking at a...
No, I'm telling you, Arnab.
We know that. We know that.
Know these aspects.
Yeah, but the fact is also there has been a public perception that this is not... what Sona Comstar, the company, says, that see, Mrs. Rani Kapur has no role, direct or indirect, in Sona Comstar since 2019. She is neither a shareholder, director, or officer of the company. She has no locus standi on any matter related to the company. Any insinuation that she was coerced into signing documents and that her consent is required for company affairs is completely baseless and legally untenable. So I just want to go back to Mandira on this. Mandira, the company is saying that there is no signature required from your mother. So to make the claim that you're making...
Arnab, again on this, the truth will come out.
Your mother is an educated lady.
The thing is,
She would know what she's
Yes, she
signing
is,
on.
and we all are.
It's a business family. She's played a role in making the company.
No, Arnab.
He has just
Arnab,
lost
there are
her
certain
son.
situations.
One minute, just wait a minute.
In a
Yes,
personal
let Mandira speak first.
No,
1 minute.
Arnab.
Yes, Mandira.
All I'm saying is,
Mandira
in the
full frame.
past, the situation was different. Post my brother, the situation has been different. And again, it's not like my mother's not educated, doesn't know what she's doing. Again, when this all comes out, a lot is going to come out, which will be a lot shocking for everyone. So, I can't say so much right now, even though I'm dying to. Bursting to tell you guys everything, but I will keep it quiet and it will all come out. And I get what everyone's points are.
No, you don't have to put out the legal details. But like you told me, that there was a house, there was a battle, you locked out of the room, you were outside. I just want to know what was going on. See, we have that much right to know. See, we must understand, Mandira.
So do we. So do we want to know. Listen, Arnab, so do we want to know what was going on. What do you think we're asking? We're asking what was going on. I was told that people had come to condole. They weren't condoling. They were being signed. Stuff was being signed. I also want to know what was being done inside. What do you think we're asking for? I mean, is this so big that they had to move during a mourning period to do? Was Sona Comstar really going to fall apart if someone wasn't appointed while my mother grieved, while the family went through what they were going through? Was everyone around, ORSB, whatever companies were involved, whatever trust, everything, could my mother not be given that time to grieve? Why didn't we sit down as a family and discuss what the next steps were? Why has everything just disappeared from us? Why? I mean, it's a simple question. It's not complicated at all. It's a simple question of why were we not involved? Why weren't we allowed to sit down as a family? And us being a family, we would have had the entire family involved. But this has all just happened.
But they're saying here that this is not a family-owned business. 72% is shareholders held by institutions and public investors. Promoter entity holds 82% and has no special rights or control.
Arnab, you can go on. Listen, everyone can go on about it's not a family business. The bottom line is, it is. For us, it is our brand. It is our business. It was given to my mother. How it's gone is what we need to figure out. It is a family business. And let's not get that wrong on saying it's not. It may not be today. We need to understand why it's not today. The bottom line is, it was a family business. It was started.
Did you fight with your brother over control of the business? Did you fight with your brother and your mother?
Never.
No.
Never. No, it was, listen, we're an Indian family. The brother leads the vision of the father. It's a normal thing. There's no fighting about control of a business. And that's what I'm trying to explain. This is not, everyone can go on, it's about inheritance. The fact is, the money isn't what we are looking at. Again, I'm going to give you an example of when you build a house, the value is the emotional value because you know what value you've put into every brick. This is the outside world who's looking at the value monetary. We are not. For us, this is home. This is us. This is our blood. So I cannot go on about the fact that you know, people telling us, Sona's not yours, Sona. No, it was meant to be my mother's. It was meant to be in the family forever. That's the legacy. So why is it not, is the question we're asking. Where and how has it gone? Why aren't we being given answers to a simple question?
Well, you know how this is, Advaita. This is all getting very, it's a lot of, it'll be salacious for people. I don't know what's going on the inside. But there is no response from Priya Sachdev. There's only templated responses from Sona Comstar.
Arnab, the reason I think the reason why this is even getting to this stage is because there's a vacuum of information. Mandira and most importantly her mother have really no idea right from why and how Sanjay died. Definitively, to a man who was in the prime of his health, who was into longevity, who was living a good full life. Suddenly he's gone. So her mother doesn't have that answer. Furthermore, they're getting these bolts out of the blue every single day, and all they're asking for is information. That's all. Just tell them what's happened, what's happening, what's going on, and don't pressurize a woman like like her mother.
But that
who's
is to be
80.
proved. You see, it has to be proved. Mandira has to prove her mother was pressurized.
No, but-
Advaita, you're being singularly biased for Mandira right now.
Well, no, I am.
Arnab,
She has to
I am
prove
biased
it.
for
On one
Mandira's
hand,
mother.
She's
I am
not
biased
sharing all
for
the
Mandira's
information.
mother.
Mandira is not sharing all the information.
No, I'm not even getting into Mandira and her family's claims. I am biased about Rani Kapoor. Yes, I am. Who's 80 plus, who survived a stroke, who's very weak, and who's very vulnerable. So yes, I am biased about her. And I want to make sure that in this country, a widow and a mother who's lost her husband, who's lost her
Arnab, can I
son,
come in, please?
Yeah.
is not just shoved to the wayside. Those are not our values.
Yeah,
Those
I
are
think
not our
Lalita and
traditions.
Ms.
We cannot
Napena
not-
also want to say
Arnab,
something here.
Can I come in, please?
Yeah,
She
Lalita.
cannot not be permitted access
No, I
to
understand.
her own home.
Yeah.
I do understand. Yeah, Lalita,
Look,
you want to...
That's wrong.
Yes, Lalita.
Look, Arnab, I empathize with what Advaita is saying. I saw what my mother went through when my father died. All of you know that he was an extremely big shot, just went like that. And there were lots of complications with family property, etc.
Yeah, I know.
This happens in every family. What Mandira is asking for is extremely fair. She says she wants information. And if they go to court, the court will see to it that they get the information, which is probably why they have said that the only way out we have left is that we have to go to court. If, as Advaita says, I don't know the personal details in this case, but if, as Advaita says, the mother is 80 plus, has survived a stroke, she must have been very vulnerable. It is more than possible that pressure was put on her. But as I said
But
in
she
my
must
first,
say it, no?
Opening thing here on the show, the law will ask for proof. So that proof will have to be provided.
Yes, Ms. Napena.
So only when all of that happens
Yeah.
will
I
the
just want to
truth
bring
come
in a
out.
slightly different
30,000 crores is an
perspective here.
enormous
We are
amount of money.
talking
People
about
will
the
fight
corporate entity.
bitterly and very
Firstly-
viciously over it.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to bring a slightly different perspective here. We are talking about a corporate entity. Most of the information with respect to a corporate entity and its shareholding will be in the public domain. Secondly, this may be a classic case for mediation and a settlement, but the whole issue when you go to court means that the person going to court will have to first establish their actionable claim. So you have to first establish your rights before you can start claiming for remedies. It may sound trite, but believe me, half the time this is not done, the fundamentals. So what I'm not hearing here is, I'm hearing a very, very ardent claim here based on emotion, but you have to base it on legal rights now. And that's the criticality with respect to this case.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Are you going to go in for mediation? I want to ask this. Are you going to go in for mediation or settlement, Mandira?
Yeah.
Mandira, if you're offered to mediate, settle it out of court.
So I just want to say, I just want to say one thing. We are hearing emotion because this is very close to my heart, but don't get that wrong in saying that we are not, we don't know what the other side is of. I mean, I am emotional about this entire thing. It's very close to home, but that doesn't mean that I don't have the facts right. Listen, as far as mediation goes, we're not close to it. We just want the facts before anything. That's it. We don't know what we're mediating for when we don't have any information. I'm going to keep saying that. We need information. We are blind right now. We don't know what is going on.
Okay.
We need information.
Okay. So this is very, it's poised, it's very much on the
Yeah,
edge
right
here,
to
very
that
much on the
information.
edge. I
They
mean,
asked for it.
this is going to go into many chapters. I have a feeling this is one of the early chapters, but we'll track it. Mandira, right now, I'm glad you spoke. I'm glad we got perspectives, a lot of public interest in the story.
Thank you.
All said and done, your brother did build a great business out of what your father built. You built a great business. It's unfortunate the way things are spinning out. We'll remain in touch. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this interview with Mandira Kapur Smith has got a lot of interest. We had record viewership on live streaming, which shows that people are interested of the way it goes and what its next chapter is going to be. Now, when I'm back at 9 p.m. tonight, we have to take a call on how long the digging at Dharmasthala is going to go on. And we must come to a conclusion on whether it was a plot to defame Dharmasthala, a very important and sacred place, and Hinduism itself, when I'm back.
time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।